Welcome back. Nigeria's financial and economic community is quick to point out that the fate of Nigeria's currency, the naira, the gyrations, the floundering and nosediving is the ramification of the global economic situation. How true is that?
Question.
Ratings agency Standard & Poor's, we're going to ask this question. Okay, very decent one of our guests. Rating agency Standard & Poor's reiterated on saying that Nigeria will have to devalue its currency, saying it expected this to happen at some stage in 2016 and in gradual adjustments. But the president says...
No devaluation.
Okay. How would this play out if the international business community is expecting Nigeria to devalue its currency? The rating agencies think that's the way to go. And the think tanks in Nigeria think that's not the way to go. And the leadership says that's not the way to go. Where do we go from here? Well, we have some people to help us answer this question. Oji Udemezo is a financial analyst. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Seen your face. Yeah, joining us from our Abuja studios, Odilim Nwegbara is a development economist. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let me begin with you in Abuja. Standard & Poor's says there has to be a devaluing of the naira. The president says, no, that is not the situation. Vis-a-vis also the BDCs and the central bank, the foreign exchange matter, what is your take in the entire situation?
Let me put it this way. It is the responsibility of the government to decide whether to devalue the naira or not. It's not the responsibility of those outside this country to say that. Now, let me tell you why we should not devalue the naira. Devalue the naira against what currency? Is it against the dollar or against the euro or against the yuan? Now, what we are doing is this. The official rate, which is 197, should remain so. The parallel market can be 1,000 naira to a dollar or 2,000 naira. Let them go and sort themselves out there. But those who need money to import those items that will add value to the economy, they will now source it from the official rate. So that those who want to import finished goods, they go and get it at 1,000 or 2,000. By the time they bring in their goods, they discover that they are priced out of the market. Because if we allow the value of the naira to be determined by the market, those who are importing goods will be more advantageous than those who are importing value-adding items like plant and equipment. So I agree with Mr. President, we are not going to devalue the naira. Whoever that is calling for the devaluation of the naira, let him go out there and get the naira at the rate the market is already offering. We cannot devalue the naira so that those who are going to do their healthcare in India will get it at the same rate as those who want to import plant and equipment. So that's the truth. We should not be listening to these guys because they don't have our interests at heart. Why are they crying more than they buried? You know, when China started in 1980, they were all over China, laughing at China, calling Deng all sorts of names. By 1989, they discovered Chinese economy was now growing at 10%. Then they organized the Tiananmen Square student uprising. Buhari should not listen to them. Buhari should focus on the ball. He should not be distracted by this issue of the value or not the value of the naira.
All right.
That's my take on that.
Okay, Mr. Demezwe, I know you wanted to weigh in on this, but let's tie it into the situation with the budget, the 2016 budget.
Maybe before you come into the budget, I would like to also bear my mind on this issue of devaluation, vis-a-vis the point my colleague has made from Abuja, and then a comparison he made with China in this issue. The issue for me is that there is a cost to bad behavior. If you behave badly, you must take the consequences. Nigeria is a nation that has behaved badly in the past decades. We have had wonderful times with the oil price. We've had opportunities to earn a lot of money and save them for days like this. We have huge receipts from this non-renewable energy resource, which we are meant to have used to effectively develop other parts of the economy to make our economic growth inclusive. Moving the revenues from oil into developing infrastructures, into ensuring that other parts of the economy, other component sectors of the economy are developed. We haven't done that. And then, unfortunately for us, the oil price has slumped again. And this time around, it's not showing any reasonable sign of coming back to normal like it used to. We've always had this kind of situation, but maybe 6 months, 8 months, we're back to normalcy, and we forget the pains, and we continue to live the way we've always lived. Now, the moment of truth has arrived. The way things are going, the game being played by Saudi Arabia, supported by a few other, Russia and the rest of them, this lull is likely to drag for a while. So the truth begins to happen. What are the real implications for this economy? It's not about emotions. It's not about wishful thinking. It's not about what we wish for our naira to be. It's about the market situation that we have faced.
But that question he asked about who do you devalue against? The dollar, the pound,
we know
the euro,
that the USD is, a very common currency in the globe. It's the most popular currency, in the globe. And when you devalue against the USD, of course, the value for other currencies will take their position through crossing and all of that, cross rates and all of that. But the point I'm making is not even about do you devalue against the euro, or the point is that is your naira properly priced in the market? If it is, God bless us. If it is not, we are going to continue to scare away foreign investors whom we need critically at this point to boost our economy. If people think that your assets are overvalued, nobody touches your assets. They stay away. And remember, we are going to depend on these investors to fund our budget, because we've said we're going to borrow almost 2 trillion to fund our budget. Those who will give us this loan will be concerned about at what rate are we going to get the money? What's the value of, if we're going to sell a bond, what is the true value of that bond in the impending phase of devaluation?
Okay, I would like
These are key issues.
I would like you to answer the question that you asked. Is your naira adequately priced?
I think I'll take that as a rhetorical question. It is not. If it is, we wouldn't be where we are today. Let me say this.
You are in support of devaluation? You
may want to say that again. Yes, it is. Because if you look at, let me say something here while we continue this discussion. Your official rate is at 199 or 197. The unofficial or primary market rate is at 300 or 305, 310. That gap alone will fuel further corrupt allocation of that currency. It will fuel further bad behavior. People will continue to get that currency through one advantage or the other and come through the window to sell it at this high price. That's called round tripping. Whether you like it or not, once you have this huge gap, round tripping becomes ordinary. Even if you have the best president who has the best integrity, who wants good intention for this country, you find the system itself is fueling round tripping and you cannot curb it.
With the budget we have, 2016 budget, and the situation right now, Mr. Nwebara, how can this work? The CBN governor blamed the operators for the hemorrhage of the naira and indeed the nation's foreign exchange. But now the CBN has technically stopped business with the BDCs. Would that in any way change the situation of the naira?
Of course, yes. Because, what had been going on until recently was that the CBN, some of the Bureau de Change companies are actually owned by influential people. Some of them even working at CBN. So this money you are giving to them is what was actually putting pressure on the naira. So what I'm saying in essence is that removing it means that everybody will go to the open market, the parallel market, the autonomous market, and source your dollar at any rate. let then the market forces determine the value of the naira for those people who are importing things that do not add value to the economy. I can understand my colleague there saying that round tripping and things like that. You know, I don't know what they think. Because for me, if you do price intelligence, people want to import certain things, you do price intelligence, it will minimize round tripping. But also, bear in mind that at the end of the day, customs will make it clear that when you bring in goods, you tell us the source of your forex. If you do not justify your source of forex, it's possible that your goods can be impounded. So that people who think that they can do round tripping and use the money to import toothpick and